Hello and welcome to Character Concepts, a new series where I provide fully developed movesets for characters that are yet to be playable fighters in Smash. You've almost got the whole shebang. A moveset of course, a stage, music selection and some alternate costumes. However, I'll be skipping out on some sections that other videos of this kind include, spirits and the classic mode route. I personally felt that it would make these videos unnecessarily longer. I mean, explaining each spirit isn't exactly the most enjoyable part in my opinion. Forgive me if you like it. Now on to the character, Erik from Dragon Quest XI. Erik is one of the hero's loyal companions, and a former thief who set aside a criminal's life to join the Luminary on his adventures. A seasoned explorer with a heart of gold, Erik is a valued party member, and most importantly, a friend to the hero. In battle, his travels and rough upbringing has honed his ability to use 3 weapons, a knife, a boomerang, and a sword. Later on in the game, when he's earned enough experience, he unlocks the ability to dual wield such weapons. Furthermore, having years of thieving under his belt, he has a high deftness stat and is skilled in the art of stealing. How does this all translate to Smash, you ask? Let's find out. In Smash, Erik is a speedy fighter who can maneuver around the stage much better than the hero can. His attacks consist of swift knife swipes and varied uses of the sword and boomerang. Compared to the other fighters of his type, like Greninja and Sheik, Erik doesn't really rely that much on combos to rack up damage. He has a lot of tools to set up the opponent into powerful attacks. A mix of close range and medium range moves, Erik is a varied fighter with a good deal of options to take the enemy down. We'll start off with the simple jab combo. It is inspired by Erik's attack in Dragon Quest when he is equipped with 2 knives. He swings sideways and slashes upwards with the last attack counting as 2 hits. He wields a Nobleman Knife Earring in the left hand, a weapon that deals 2 hits in one. Erik's dash attack mirrors his actual attack from the game, where he jumps forward and slashes down with a knife. His side tilt has him thrust forward with the knife in hand, as seen in his character trailer. The up tilt involves him slashing in an upward arc, with his knife similar to Roy and Chrom, and his down tilt is pulled from his fight with Jade, where he spins and sweeps downward with his knife. Moving swiftly to the aerials, his neutral air depicts him swinging his boomerang in an anti-clockwise motion. Think Joker's neutral air, but in reverse. It's an excellent combo starter when fast falling with this move, and covers nearly all the area around him in a 360-degree angle. The forward air consists of him throwing the knife straight ahead of him, like he does in the Pep Power Hallelujah. While it lacks in vertical range, it compensates with horizontal range and is best used for zoning. His backer sees him sweeping backwards with a kick based on when he attacks a monster in a powered up state during his side story exclusive to the definitive edition of Dragon Quest XI. Erik takes some tips from his best friend with the up air, kicking directly upwards, a great juggling tool but can be hard to land due to its small hitbox. For the down air, he spikes anyone below him with a mighty downwards knife thrust, also based on when he attacks the monster in his side story. Regarding grabs, his grabbing animation reflects the animation in Dragon Quest when attempting to steal an item using the ability Half Inch. He pummels in the same vein as the Fire Emblem characters, kneeling them in the whatever. His forward throw has him use the ability Sleeper Hit, where he throws the knife up as it spins, catches it, and strikes diagonally. Though it normally sends the opponent flying in whatever direction you're facing, it has a 1 in 10 chance of putting them to sleep. This probability is not affected by how high their percentage is. The back throw is a parallel to his side tilt. He somersaults and strikes the enemy from behind. This is a good kill option, killing at around 120%. His up throw is Erik's own version of one of Jade's abilities, Harvest Moon. He sends fighters blasting into the air with a swift backflip kick. It's not efficient for combos, but it deals a good amount of damage and knockback. Finally, his down throw is a repurposed version of the ability Flame Slash, where he throws the enemy onto the floor and slashes downwards with a sword alight on fire. His smash attacks are no mere knife swipes, however. Erik's forward smash consists of him using his unique skill, Critical Claim. In Dragon Quest, Erik uses a huge chunk of MP to deal a guaranteed critical hit. Here in Smash, Erik charges up a punch and strikes forward, dealing impressive damage and knockback. The move has some startup to it, but gets a good read in and it really pays off. The up smash is Persecutter, where he performs an uppercut with his knife as 3 large vines sprout from his weapon to strengthen the attack. If you manage to get an opponent to sleep using Sleeper Hit, the attack does twice as much damage. This is a reference to how in Dragon Quest, hitting a sleeping opponent with Persecutter can deal 6 times the damage. And to wrap things up with the basic attacks, his down smash utilizes a boomerang with the skill Power Throw and throws it around him in a circle. Unlike the other smash attacks, this one comes out faster, though it isn't as good of a kill option. That should be all of his basic attacks. The real fun begins with the special moves. As opposed to the hero, Erik doesn't specialize in the use of magic, so he will not have the MP mechanic. He makes up for his lack of spells, however, in the utility of his moves. His neutral special is Divide, an ability in the game exclusive to Erik, where he makes 2 copies of himself and allows him to deal 3 times more damage in the next hit. In Dragon Quest, it's an insanely useful buff that allows Erik to inflict massive damage with the right setup. This should obviously be balanced in Smash, so the damage multiplier will not be as great. When using this, Erik focuses as he attempts to create copies and leaves him in an idle, vulnerable state. It takes a second of charging to make a copy, 2 in total, but you can choose to cancel out of the state by pressing the shield button after making a copy. The damage multiplier is 0.5 times per copy. With 2 copies, you can deal twice as much damage with any attack. The divide effect lasts permanently until you land a hit. Due to its considerable amount of starting lag, it's best to use this when the opponent is launched or attempting to recover, as players could easily take advantage of this move. A high risk, high reward special that rewards players for successfully keeping the enemy at bay. The side special is called Half Inch. As I've mentioned previously, Half Inch is an ability that Erik uses to steal items from monsters, given they have any in their possession. What you steal in Smash depends on whether you're a casual or competitive guy. If you're playing with items on, you'll steal any random item that is currently enabled. The chances of getting a more powerful item like a Master Ball, or Club, or a Heart Container are rare. If you're playing without them, and you wish to fight in a competitive environment, the following details are just for you. Erik dashes forward in a likewise fashion to Fox's illusion. Anyone caught in between that dash is robbed of a random move that is in their up B. For example, if Erik steals Captain Falcon's neutral special, Falcon Punch, he will not be able to use it until Erik is KO'd. While it is an RNG based move, it can often force players to rethink their playstyle or strategy on the spot. You can capitalize on that, knowing they won't be able to perform the stolen move. If you decide to use Half Inch again, and you manage to steal another move, that move will replace the one you stolen previously. His up B is Erik's own family of spells, Rubble Rouser, Mountain Mover, and Ridge Razor. In Dragon Quest, Erik places a sigil beneath an enemy that inflicts constant damage on them over time, with a sharp rock protruding from it. This will function in Smash Orbos like heroes, but with different properties. The uncharged up B, Rubble Rouser, sends Erik slightly upwards as a rock with a small hitbox rises from the sigil. Holding up B for a second launches him further up using Mountain Mover, with a larger rock dealing more damage. If you hold it for 2 seconds, he unleashes Ridge Razor, which blasts him high into the air, and an even larger rock appears from the sigil. For vertical recovery, you'd want to rely on charging up Ridge Razor, though be careful, as opponents can use this opportunity to spike or edge guard you. After using the up B, you're put into freefall, so the move is best used under the stage for recovery. As an attack, you're better off using it when the opponent is at a high percentage, so they can't retaliate as you freefall, given they've been launched a good distance. Erik's down B, Starburst throw, makes good use of the boomerang. He tosses it into the air and it disappears. You can move freely at this point, and nothing really happens. That is, until you press down B again. This summons a barrage of shooting stars to fall down from the spot that you threw the boomerang in. The stars hit the enemy multiple times. If you catch an opponent with it, it can easily lead into a combo. We've covered nearly everything with the Spiky Head Thief's moveset, but there is still one more thing that we have to mention. This move is modeled after the Pet Power Tundra and Lightning in Dragon Quest. Instead of reducing resistance to spells and dealing damage over time like in the games, Tundra and Lightning is simply a devastating attack. It's a cinematic final smash, much like the ones from DLC characters such as Byleth and Banjo. To initiate it, he throws the boomerang forward, which reaches half the stage. Anyone hit by the boomerang will be thrown into a cutscene. Erik specializes in summoning sigils, and creates a large one below the enemy he hit with the boomerang. Fellow Smash Fighter hero, alongside their witchy companion Veronica, casts lightning and ice spells to strengthen the sigil. Erik harnesses the raw power emanating from it and unleashes an explosion of energy to deal massive damage. That's all we've got for Erik himself, but wait, there's more! Let's talk about the stage that could potentially be brought alongside him. Hero was accompanied by Yggdrasil's Altar, a travelling stage based on the area in the game where the party summons a rainbow bridge to Yggdrasil. It takes the players on a trip throughout the world of Overture and is overall a gorgeous recreation of the world map of Dragon Quest XI. Erik's stage will be something similar, in the sense that you travel around Overture again. Yggdrasil's Altar takes you throughout the sky. Erik's stage takes you through the sea. This stage is called the Salty Stallion, a ship owned by party member Sylvando, which the heroes use to visit locations around the world. Battles also take place on the deck of the ship in the game as you sail, and I thought it would be lovely to have this in Smash. During the match, you pass by locations like the town of Honolulu, the Strand, a few islands, and the kingdom of Sniffelheim. If hazards are turned off, you can occasionally encounter a stage boss like Metalface and the Yellow Devil, that being a kraken-like enemy called the Tentacular. It emerges from the sea and rocks the boat with its tentacles. You can hit it in the face, but work on getting rid of the tentacles that damage a player if they are stood on the boat. After you fell the Tentacular, the Salty Stallion resumes its journey. The music featured as part of the Hero DLC pack was a bit disappointing. There were 4 heroes introduced from 4 Dragon Quest games, each coming with 2 music tracks. All of them were MIDIs. If you don't know what they are, it's this not very nice format of compressing music produced on a computer. None of the instruments sound authentic in the music. After hearing the orchestral versions, the digitized music sounds horrible in comparison, even if it evokes a sense of nostalgia for the older games. I want to change that with the music Erik brings with him. Since he's from Dragon Quest XI, the music tracks that will be added to Smash are specifically from that game. Here are the music tracks that will be featured alongside Erik. I adore the soundtrack of Dragon Quest XI, especially the orchestrated version. It was a shame that Sakurai was only given the inferior versions, and Dragon Quest XI alone has so much great music to pull from. Sure, there aren't that many pieces of music compared to Fire Emblem or Persona, but it's still worth a listen. Finally, we move on to the alternate costumes. The party members in Dragon Quest XI come with a variety of fancy outfits if you wear a specific set of equipment. Erik has a lot of outfits as well, the Spiky Swindler, the Corsair and the Lupine Look to name a few. These will all be alternate costumes next to the default appearance of Erik, and will have alternate colours based on the hero's other party members. His first alternate colour uses the colour scheme of Veronica, The tunic is coloured red like her robes, a yellow sash to match her hair colour, and white trousers like that of Veronica's shirt. The second alternate colour, with the spiky Swindler costume, is a reference to Serena. The chestplate and scarf is coloured green this time around, the sash hanging from his waist is orange instead of blue. The third alternate colour pays homage to Sylvando, with the Corsair outfit mainly being a combination of white and black stripes, as well as having red sleeves while his trousers are dark green. The final alternate colour that comes with the Lupine Look costume matches none other than the Luminary himself, with a purple coloured suit, dark grey trousers and green boots. If you've watched my channel, you'll know that I tend to talk about topics that I am most passionate about. I don't do as much research, since I know a lot about what I'd like to discuss through my sheer appreciation of it. Dragon Quest XI is my favourite game of all time, and as such, Erik is one of my favourite video game characters. I simply had to start off this series with something that I am passionate about. The exposure of Dragon Quest in the West has been getting better over time, but there are still a lot of people who aren't aware of what defined the JRPG genre. If you haven't played Dragon Quest XI, I highly recommend you give it a try. It's a phenomenal game with a refined turn-based system, extremely fun characters, great story, and music. People don't talk a lot about future Dragon Quest content in Smash, either because they don't know a lot about the franchise, or mainly because it already is represented as DLC. It wouldn't be really fair to have two characters from the same game as DLC, as much as I love Dragon Quest. I will be doing more character concepts in future videos. Like Erik, the next 3 are characters from games that I really like, but trust me, the ones after that will be of your choice. Comment down a character you would like to see me cover later, and I will make a video based on your suggestions. Erik is the best romance option.